Hi, and welcome. You're listening to the X22 Report. My name is Dave, and this is episode 2425, and today's date is March 11th, 2021, and the title of the episode is Make America Great Again Economically, then Save America Economically. Now, let's talk about retirement. Now, you know inflation is killing your retirement. The real rate of inflation, well, it just won't let you keep it up or make a profit. You need a different approach. Precious metals, not Robinhood or stocks that can crash and leave you losing money. An IRA or 401k with Noble Gold is the answer. And this month, Noble Gold is gifting a genuine, rare Carson City minted Morgan silver dollar with every qualifying IRA or 401k. So to find out more, go to 877-646-5347 or click the link in the description. Let's get into the economic collapse financial news. Now, during Trump's presidency, he said he was going to make America great again. And this is exactly what he did. He reversed the globalist policies so people could see what America could actually do. This was his entire plan. His plan was to wake up America economically. And then we had the pandemic hit. The deep state, the globalists, the central bank, the mainstream media, they all wanted the economy to fall apart and crash. Trump knew this. Trump knew that this was part of their plan. He knew their playbook. And he also knew that he wasn't going to keep the entire economy shut down because he knew what would happen if this stayed shut down. The economy would be destroyed. But think about what Trump has done up until the pandemic. He showed everyone what the economy can do, how people can live, how people can prosper. And again, this is just the beginning stages. This is within the central bank illusion. Now he's at the second phase, save America. But the pandemic, where the deep state, the central bank, they tried to shut down the entire economic system, bring it down under his presidency, it completely failed. And what we're seeing right now is what Trump told us was going to happen. We're seeing the entire economy come back to life. Now, we know during this period during the pandemic, we know that a lot of these governors, a lot of these mayors, they were keeping their states shut down. And he knew as soon as they opened it up, the economy would just snap back. And this is exactly what we're seeing. Right now, unemployment claims last week fell to 712,000, the lowest number since early November, and down 42,000 from the week prior. And what we're seeing right now is the highest level since the pre-COVID highs of February, where there were just over 7 million job openings. And when you look at the graph, we are looking at a V recovery in jobs. January, there were just under 1.5 unemployed workers for every job opening, down from 4.6 at the peak crisis moment in April. And yes, as everything starts to open up again, as everything comes back online, Trump told us that the economy was going to look incredible in 2021. Now, we know the deep state, the central bank, they didn't want this to happen. They didn't want the economy to look incredible. They wanted the economy to crash under Trump's presidency. But Trump, he had the magic wand. He knew how to control the entire system. And now here we are in 2021, where Trump said, yes, in 2020, the economy was going to improve. Yes, it was going to get better in the fourth quarter. And when 2021 hit, the economy was going to do incredible. Now, remember, the deep state, the central bank, they are in the process of destroying this economy. No, they're not going to make it seem like Joe Biden is doing it. Yes, what we're seeing now with jobs and businesses open, this is everything that Trump did before Biden. Biden, with him eliminating jobs, with the pipeline, with rising gas prices, with everything else that we're seeing, we're going to see the economy start to falter later on. Now think about it. Since Joe Biden came into office, he decided to remove the pipeline jobs. And what have we seen with fuel prices? Well, in January, they went up by 7.4%. In February, they went up by 6.4%, which means people have less money in their pockets. Now, we know that the central bank, the deep state, they are trying to bring the U.S. economy back in line to the rest of the world. They don't want America shining. They don't want to show the rest of the world that the U.S. is doing well. They don't want the economy doing well because remember, their agenda is to bring the United States into the Great Reset. And the only way to do this is to show that they're hurting. They need to be brought into the Great Reset. And this is what the deep state, the central banks are trying to do right now. They're trying to bring the economy down. Now, they can't make it noticeable. They just can't say, hey, let's dump the market. Let's just shut everything down. They have to bring this economy down gradually. And this is what they're going to do. Trump and the Patriots, they know the playbook of the central bank of the deep state. They know that they're going to be moving the U.S. and the rest of the world into the Great Reset. Now, think about Trump's slogans. Make America great again. Now, let's talk about retirement. Now, you know inflation is killing your retirement. The real rate of inflation, well, it just won't let you keep it up or make a profit. You need a different approach. Precious metals, not Robinhood or stocks that can crash and leave you losing money. An IRA or 401k with Noble Gold is the answer. And this month, Noble Gold is gifting a genuine, rare Carson City minted Morgan silver dollar with every qualifying IRA or 401k. So to find out more, go to 877-646-5347 or click the link in the description. This is exactly what he did. He made America great again, ending the endless wars, removing regulations, changing the trade deals, placing tariffs on China, taking that money and giving it to the farmers, going up against the World Trade Organization, making other nations pay for NATO, for WHO, actually removing us from the WHO. Trump did all this because he wanted to show the people what the economy could be. And remember, this is an economy within the central bank, their illusion. The economy is going to do a lot better once we're out of the illusion, but he had to play within the illusion. So what did he do? He made it look incredible. He made the market go up. Now think of his other slogan, Save America. Now think about the economy. What is the deep state? What is the central bank? What is the corrupt politicians doing right now? They're going to destroy the economy. How do you create a crisis where you have to explain it to the people of America of why we need to move to a different system? It seems that they know the playbook. They know exactly what's going to happen. And they know the deep state, the central bank, they're going to create this crisis. And they're setting the corrupt politicians up in this enormous trap. Remember, they just passed this stimulus bill. Only 9% of it goes to the American people. The other part of it is payoffs to the establishment, to the elite, for everything that they've done during the pandemic. Actually, Tom Massey tweeted this out. When I objected to the first bailout bill on March 27th of last year, I was told the reason it was $2 trillion was so we could never have to pass another one. Here we are today passing another $2 trillion bill, which brings the total since then to $6 trillion. Look at the actions of these individuals, not what they say. And of course, they told everyone that, yes, we need this $2 trillion stimulus bill so we can never have to pass another one. And look what they did. They passed another one. But this one, they had free rein to pay off the people they needed to pay off. And where is all this money going? Who's monitoring it? Well, right now, there's no one monitoring it. Or are the patriots monitoring where all these funds are going? And we know a lot of this stuff is going to a lot of these different areas that have nothing to do with the pandemic. Actually, 91% of it has nothing to do with the pandemic. Yes, the mainstream media, they're out there They're telling you how great the stimulus bill, how people are getting $1,400. But when you look at $1.9 trillion, people shouldn't be getting $1,400. They should be getting $6,000 or so. That's an estimate. But what did Trump and the Patriots do? They created an incredible economy. Now they're letting the deep state, the central bank, the corrupt politicians do what they do best: destroy things. How do you create a crisis where you need to move people from one system to another? Is Trump forcing people to move? Is he just going to say, let's move? No, he's going to let the deep state, he's going to let the corrupt politicians, the central bankers, do it for him. They're going to create the crisis. They're going to destroy the economic system. How do you transition a people into a new system? Go back to 71. What did the deep state do back then? What did the central bankers do back then? They created a crisis. You didn't know what they were doing. There was no social media back then. All you listened to back then, if you were alive and you were old enough, you listened to the mainstream media. What did they tell you? They just told you there's gold speculators. You just saw lines at the gas station. Most of the people had no idea what was going on. But behind the scenes, the deep state, the central bank, they were planning this from the very, very beginning. They were putting everything into place. No one knew about this because the mainstream media wasn't out there saying, listen, by the way, we're going to go from a gold standard now, and President Nixon, he's going to let everyone know that there's speculators in the market. So we're going to come off the gold standard because the deep state, the central banks, they planned a new economic system. No one knows about it because they've been planning it behind the scenes, and it's going to be called the petrodollar system. Is everyone agreeing to this? Does everyone want to do this? No. They did it behind the scenes. No one knew about it, and they created a crisis, a gold speculator crisis. They used this to move everyone over to their new system. The new system was already built. They already had it prepared. And yes, when we switched over to it, there were bumps in the road. There was high unemployment, high inflation, couldn't get fuel. And that was just here in the United States. In other countries, it was a lot worse. The same thing's going to happen now. Yes, the deep state, the central bank, the corrupt politicians, they're creating another crisis. Trump is allowing this to happen. He knows the playbook. What has he been doing behind the scenes? We've been talking about this for a very long time. He's been creating a new economic system. And this one is moving the people away from the central bank, not into the central bank system, which was the petrodollar, full fiat. He's moving everyone into a system where the private Western central bank is not in control. And the deep state, the central bank, the corrupt politicians, they're going to create the crisis for him. And he's going to come in and save America economically. Listen, everyone, thanks a lot for listening. Be well, be safe, and especially be prepared. Thanks a lot.